What's going on, Internet? It is Game and Gab, and we are continuing to watch some old school Mortal Kombat gibberish. And it looks like we have in the chat, we got support. What's going on, support? And we also have secret combatant. What's going on, you guys? Hope your evenings are going well.
Unky G's on that beat.
We're gonna be looking up some also. Actually, I have one already queued up that I want to get the audio for. So hang on just a moment here. Tell me if you guys remember this.
Voy a romper la cabeza. Te voy a dar una patata. Te voy a dar una patata. Voy a romper la cabeza. Te voy a dar una patata. Me policía. Round one. Fight. Sonya wins. You want some? Come on, bring it. Come on, bring it. Come on, bring it. Bring it on. Let's go. Yo, check this out. Watch me now.
Do you guys remember what the taunts even did in this game? Not the power-up, but the actual taunts. Do you guys remember what they did? I don't think they actually upped your damage or anything like that. But that is some gibberish right there, so we gotta get that for the video. Also, so hold on, so we have, and I don't think there was anything new in the 3D games, like in, what am I trying to say here? I don't think there's any new voice acting in Deception and Armageddon, right? They're all pretty much the same from Deadly Alliance, if I remember correctly. Hold on one second here. So we got some comments. We got some comments. Here we go. Quan Chi, I'm a Super Saiyan. Secret said he saw that before. My existence? Yeah, but
Unky G's on that
we got
beat.
Corey here to talk about its existence. Support says Deadly Alliance. Secret says the taunts. Yep. Support says Onaga taunt and deception. No more cooking. Really? Is that what it sounds like? The taunt affect the enemy's health a lot more from attack. Oh, okay. What is the piracy? We pirate stuff here, sir. We do piracy. But here's one thing that I did want to also kind of go over. While I kind of look for the next video that I can get the gibberish sounds from, let me play this. Tell me if you guys remember this from Deadly Alliance. This is just absolute gold.
The very first time I saw Mortal Kombat, I was totally blown away by the extremeness of it.
In 1992,
Support says in Deception, if you fight against Onaga, if you keep spamming a kick attack, he'll say, stop kicking me. Really? I do not remember that.
Mortal Kombat changed the world of video gaming forever. The use of digitized actors, compelling characters, and gruesome graphic effects all helped to create a phenomena that took arcades by storm.
A lot of people don't realize that the game was originally meant to be, a quick project. I think if Mortal Kombat did not have any blood in it, it probably wouldn't have had the kind of success it did.
Fatality.
Seeing people's first reaction of Mortal Kombat 1 in the arcades was pretty intense. Their reaction was just so over the top that, they couldn't believe what they were seeing.
Raven wins. Come here! Excellent. Scorpion wins.
Secret says, is that the MK1 trailer? No, this is the this was a behind the scenes look that you could earn in Deadly Alliance. So this was way after Mortal Kombat 1. So no, this is not a trailer for the first game. Support says the fact that the game literally came out 10 years after MK1, 1992. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Wait, 2002. Yep, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Flawless victory.
Mortal Kombat 1 exceeded everybody's expectations. I don't think anybody was expecting it to be, to become as big as it did.
There is no question of the impact Mortal Kombat has had on gamers around the world.
Fight.
I love playing Mortal Kombat.
In 1993, Mortal Kombat 2 was unleashed upon a sea of bloodthirsty fans. More characters, more moves, more blood.
The biggest challenge was probably just the amount of content that we had to generate. Before
Support says, can't tell you how many times I watched this as a kid. You and I both. I really wish Mortal Kombat games would do this more often. They would have like a behind the scenes talk with like some of the developers and just talk about a different aspect of the game or a different aspect of development or creativity, like how they come up with names and attacks and stuff like that. It would be so cool for them to do things like that. Secret says cooking with Scorpion. Yes, chopping, cake decorating, and chopping. Secret also said might turn that into a series. Yeah, like all of the behind the scenes stuff. I'm surprised no one has done that online. Maybe someone has done it and I just haven't seen that video, but I haven't seen anyone put all of the behind the scenes stuff from the 3D games into one video. I mean, that would be something I would watch and probably rewatch maybe once or twice a year.
Everything that were Mortal Kombat 1, we wanted to double. All of the fans of the first game had high expectations for the second one. The merchandising was when we really kind of...
Support says, I used to think that Cooking with Scorpion was an actual show and I would in another episode. I don't think there was much else they could do. That like Scorpion's gonna teach you how to make a souffle next. And I feel like Scorpion... Okay, so Scorpion is Japanese, right? Well, I guess Japanese are... Okay, let's not be racist here. Japanese people can make cakes. That's not what I'm trying to say. I just would figure it would be something more traditional, you know, from the time of the ninja for Scorpion to cook. Because someone with the abs and the body of Scorpion, I doubt that man is eating a lot of cakes.
I've realized just how big the game had become. You know, it had become a lot more than a game. The legalities and the friendship kind of poking fun at that whole controversy that came about.
Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Johnny Cage, Reptile.
You know, all I...
Secret Combatant says, imagine if Floyd was going to be in Trilogy, but replace him with Tremor, but he replaced with Rain. Scorpion can cook. Have faith. The man can cook. He probably can cook better than me. I mean, cake decorating, I can't bake. Not like that.
Eyes were on us, whereas before we kind of snuck up on everybody.
But the fans would still not be satisfied.
Outstanding.
1995 saw the release of Mortal Kombat 3 with a diverse cast of characters, crisp graphics, and an intricate combo system.
Reality's boring. Nobody wants to pay for reality. We take everything beyond reality to the point where it's, you know, the only way to do this is through our video game.
It was around this time that Hollywood smelled box office potential in the franchise.
We were very happy with the first film. You know, we had seen it throughout its entire production. It turned out to be a really, really fun film.
Support says Scorpion has a plan. Have faith. I mean, what kind of plan are we talking, though? That's gonna determine if I have faith or not. Secret Combatant says, Shinfitz, give me a recipe for pancakes. Well, you know, Shinfitz does love pancakes, but there's only one thing he loves more than pancakes, and that is poontang pie.
It's easy to come up with the ideas, you know. Anybody can come up with ideas for games and stuff, but it's to actually convert something from an idea in your head into reality, into something that is a sellable product. That's where the challenge is.
Mortal Kombat was unstoppable.
It was just fun playing constantly.
Mortal Kombat 4 is the mother of all fighting games.
New technology made for broad advances in video games, and Mortal Kombat took full advantage. In 1998, Combat, now in 3D, took on a whole new dimension.
The Mortal Kombat 4 Road Tour is something that's never been done before in the video game world.
I remember these big trucks driving around with Mortal Kombat 4 logo on them.
MK4's release was again marked by controversy.
And a new arcade game is causing quite a sensation.
Mortal Kombat 4. A new Mortal Kombat hits a new level of violence.
Meet Mortal Kombat 4, the latest horror in violent video games for your kids.
Well, you took a look at games like this one, but are they just games, or could they have long-term effects on violent behavior in our society?
People are still using this argument today, which is just completely ridiculous, that video games are causing violence in children and whatnot, and it's just so ridiculous. The news does just as much violence. Well, maybe not. You don't really get to see it, but but I mean, that kind of violence is out there. I don't think Mortal Kombat really did that. MK4 is actually not half bad. Yeah, MK4 is pretty fun, especially for its time. I feel like it maybe it didn't age as well as maybe they had hoped, but it is a fun game to play. Except for the game bod part. It's insane because you wouldn't think 1992 and 2002 were so many years apart. Really? I mean, just the numbers. It's kind dumb that they say video games cause violence. I agree. I remember sometimes at the part where the newsman would ask about MK being violent, the game would sometimes crash. As if the game itself is upset. That's funny.
Definitely wasn't the only game with that kind of violence and blood. There were games that actually surpassed it. It was just the only game that really was, hugely popular and had the violence and blood.
In 1997, Hollywood produced a second feature film.
The thing that really astounds us is that...
Oh man, why did they greenlight Annihilation? Jeez, this movie. Just the effects of the animalities would have been enough to be like, okay, you guys, maybe we don't go this route. Maybe we go a different route for this, or not do it at all. Secret Combatant says we are closer to 2050 than 1990 and 2000.
Unky G's on that beat.
Well, we're not closer to 2050 than we are 2000. We're just as far from 2050 as we are from 2000. But from 1990, absolutely, we're closer to 2050 than we are 1990. But we're equally, we have an equal distance from 2050 as we do from 2000, which is just insane to think about. Thank you for making me feel bad. I don't remember Tobias and Ed Boon saying MK Annihilation was bad like the rest. Well, I don't think that they would put down their own movie, even though they don't have any part of it. Like, they didn't write it, they didn't direct it, they didn't produce it. The movie company just acquired the rights, and I believe they had like some sort of like what's the word I'm looking for, where they can give their input in the movie, but the creators of the movie did not have to take their input. They didn't have to actually do what they said. So even though they had no part of it, it still has their name, the franchise of their, the name of their franchise. So it would be foolish to put it down and say it wasn't good, even though it wasn't. Is Boone or WB in charge of MK? So it's a boss of a boss kind of thing. So it looks like Ed Boon is the head of NetherRealm Studios. NetherRealm Studios is owned by WB. So I think ultimately the answer is WB is in charge.
This one arcade game that we made in 1992 has managed to spawn off all these different forms of media.
MK4 would be the last version of Mortal Kombat to be released in arcades, and fans eagerly awaited the series' next chapter on home systems.
Toasty 3D! Well, the fact that it sold in the millions was really kind of like a, you know, a bit of an attestament to it. I guess it's staying power, I suppose.
Support says, I mean, if you were a creator of a video game series turned iconic and someone made a movie about it and it flopped, you wouldn't be embarrassed. No, why would you be embarrassed? Like I said, you didn't write it, you didn't direct it, you had no part in it, you didn't cast it, you didn't do anything. Why would you? If anything, you would just brag that your video game series caught the eyes of Hollywood. Whether the movie is good or bad, they caught the eyes of Hollywood. And I know that there's a lot of different video game movies, especially now. But what percentage of video games actually become a movie? Very small percentage. So that is like a elite status as far as a video game series can get. That Hollywood recognizes its power and wants to make a movie of it. So I would be bragging like, hey, we made 2 movies. You know, one was good and the other was not that great, but Hollywood saw fit to make 2 movies out of our game. Why would you be embarrassed of that? Secret says pretty dumb that MK5 through 7 wasn't on PC. I mean, you gotta remember, hardware is different now than it was then. It was probably, they probably couldn't do that emulation or whatever needs to be done to do it themselves, because they were thinking about making the next game for multiple platforms, and then they probably didn't have, maybe there wasn't a good third-party company that could do it for them. Like now, I believe I know a third-party company does it for the Switch. So MK11 and MK1, NetherRealm hires out a third party to do the port to Switch, and that's how it is for PC as well. Originally, they would just do the arcade game, and then I believe they would do ports to place it to like Nintendo and Genesis and stuff like that. But sometimes there would be a third-party company hired to handle doing a port to a particular system. So my guess is, and I'm not, none of this is confirmed by me at all, but my guess is the reason why the 3D games weren't ported to the PC was because A, they were way too busy themselves to do the port. They probably also didn't have the budget to either do it themselves or hire another company to do it. So it kind of sucks, but Secret Combatant A, tired. I'm going to go to bed. Good night and stay safe. Secret out. All right, man. Have a great night. Take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Feeding off the power of next-generation systems, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance brings the franchise home and expands its mythology.
This is easily the biggest production of all the Mortal Kombat games. You could take, take the work of 3 of the previous games, put them together, and you have about what it took to make this game.
we got Roy in here. Roy says, "Hail God of Thunder, Raiden." Raiden. Support says, "Why did Dad Forden say Toasty 3D like that?" Because that's that man's style.
We really wanted to make sure the martial arts was authentic in Deadly Alliance.
I'm really excited about the look of Deadly Alliance. It has a great fantasy look, but still realistic at the same time.
In this game, we can make things look a little more real with the clavicles and neck bones that we didn't used to have in Mortal Kombat 4.
Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance debuted in Los Angeles at E3 2002, complete with a live show by Adema, performing their original song, Immortal.
The future for Mortal Kombat? I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Over the last decade, Mortal Kombat has become a legend in the arena of fighting games that will be here for years to come.
All right, that was a cool trip down memory lane, and I got one more for you guys if you want to stay tuned. This is going to be the making of MK, and I found this fascinating as well. Support says Deadly Alliance brought the series back because it was kind of falling off after Special Forces flopped, and then we got that horrible 1997 movie
on that
and
beat.
MK Advanced. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like MK4 was a good release for them, but then yeah, Special Forces was not great. Oh man, and then we had Annihilation, so Mortal Kombat was not at its best. So yeah, that's a great point.
The typical day in Mortal Kombat starts with me trying to get in as early as possible. Most of the other guys on the team work late into the night, and in the morning I can get a few uninterrupted hours to program in the character's moves and plan things out for the rest of the day.
Well, he takes his head off, basically throws it, sticks in the other guy's face, then he kind of staggers there for a little while, falls back on his back.
When he's there twitching, and Kung Lao comes there and he lifts his foot up, steps on the guy's stomach, the head flies up, he grabs it, and goes into like a cool pose. Then, starting at about 9 or 10, most of the others start pouring in. And from that point on, the insanity begins.
Oh, Steve? Hey. What's going on? Oh, that was cool.
What did you say here? You said we had MK Conquest 2. That was actually good. Then it got canceled, and I still don't know why. Ratings, essentially, is the reason why that got canceled, and it ended on a cliffhanger too, which is absolutely terrible. But yeah, I feel like Conquest, for me, it doesn't really hold up as well as I'd like it to. Not because the writing was bad or the acting was bad, but just some of the fights. I feel like they took inspiration from Annihilation. And the fights, I feel like, are very flippy and very spinny. Like, they do a lot of spins. They do a lot of flips. It looks like they're just trying to land one fancy kick. And that fancy kick ends the fight, I guess. I don't know what the fight choreographer was thinking, but I feel like they should have taken maybe inspiration from other things that were popular, like Jackie Chan was just getting really popular in the West at that time. Rumble in the Bronx, I think, was pretty new, and that kind of style of gritty martial arts action was really popular. And for whatever reason, Conquest just stuck with, we're going to do it the way Annihilation did it, and I don't know why they would do that, but I think ultimately that did hurt the ratings of the show.
Wow, you do that all like last night or something?
Yeah.
I like that. I finished the Shang Tsung, whatever that is.
Just trying to get the whipping right.
It looks cool when it goes back in his chest.
My main role on the team is background design. You have the very European Gothic flying buttress and the very Asian tower top. I made this single element, which I'm going to repeat. Right now you can see I've got textures on the model, but they're merely placeholder textures.
We got these hook swords. I don't know who's getting that, maybe Movado. Just a regular staff. And they're all taped up, so when we capture, we get the Tanfa. The Tonfa. The sai, of course you gotta have the sai. The regular broadsword. There's more laying around everywhere else. So.
Welcome to Vogelland, where I'm doing Shang Tsung's fatality. I guess each time he hits, like, I think souls come out. You know, and go into Shang Tsung each time, or each time they go up in the air. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work. I just know what I have to do animation-wise. And Ed's going to say, okay, now the souls come out, and now they don't.
Can you show me right where she makes impact, when she kicks him?
It's crazy that so many things are being done simultaneously, and I guess they just have to all be on the same page to make sure everyone is doing their part so that it comes together nicely.
Right here, you can stop. You don't even need him to do anything. Don't even have him do any impact. This, if you can hand animate so she, the impact repels her away. It's like a jerk like that, or we could do it in the game.
Support says the fact that they gave Li Mei size, I guess, was originally gonna be placeholders for Melina, then became her own character. I don't know. I don't know if that was the case. I think they wanted to toy with the idea that Melina was dead. I mean, Mortal Kombat is not afraid to cycle characters, like put characters on the bench for a little while. And I think they even mentioned that in Deception, that because people thought Kitana had died, because people thought that Melina had died during the Shinnok War, they didn't suspect her when she took Kitana's place. So is Kitana in Deception, rather? Because I was going to say, did they have Kitana in Deadly Alliance, but then Melina in Deception? I'm not 100% sure, but either way, I don't think it was a mistake. I think they meant to leave Melina out of this game, especially because DLC wasn't a thing at this point in time, and they were introducing so many new characters in this game. But this is just speculation on my part. I don't know for sure, but if I had to guess, I would say no, they didn't leave her out accidentally. They left her out on purpose.
Cyrex is going to grind him up kind of like a blender. His doors are going to open again, and body parts and blood and ripped up flesh is going to come pouring out of his chest at the end. Tony's actually doing the bloody stumps and bloody pieces.
I do a lot of the whatever effects is needed for someone if they're getting, say,
Kitana is an MK Deception PSP version, unchained, with her own bio and ending that ties into Armageddon. Okay, but initial release, Kitana's not a part of it. So that makes sense that they put Kitana in Deadly Alliance and no Melina, and then in the next game they had Melina and no Kitana. But then for those other games, they included extras. But yeah, I think that was the original plan, is to have them switch.
Cut in half or something like that. This would overlay on top, and this part up here I haven't done it yet. Just kind of be the spinal column. So you get 2 in 1 here. You get a lot of good use of texture space.
What experience do you have that would qualify you as motion capture talent?
Rolling. Start now. More motion. They will be unstoppable.
Man, did you see that? Oh, shoot. What's going on? Oh, no. That's not what I want to do. Did you see that, that monitor? Oh, yeah. Look at this monitor. Jeez. Insane.
This was the acid bath. This is a concept drawing, and basically I wanted these statues here that had these churning bowls of acid inside it, and it's kind of like a Buddha, but demonized a little or something. It's a close-up, a head study. It would just gush out this vomit, this acid out of their mouth at the end of the round for a background fatality. It's tedious. I'm trying to limit your geometry and still try to get a lot of detail. Blah.
And I don't think he should have these subtle things. It should be like, Making a video game today is almost nothing like when we worked on the first Mortal Kombat in 1991. Mortal Kombat 1 had 1 programmer, 2 artists, and a sound designer. That's it. 4 guys. Whereas on Deadly Alliance, we have a team of over 50 people. We've been lucky enough to get some of the most talented people in the video game business. And on any given day, it's amazing how many different parts of the game are being worked on at the same time. A lot of what I do involves non-stop bouncing from office to office, checking out character and background designs, as well as all the technical hurdles we have to overcome. There's a lot of issues to deal with in producing this game for 3 systems simultaneously.
So do you want, Tony said he thinks he could probably do all the characters in a day or 2 with 4 levels of damage. Is he kind of carrying through a little too far?
Really?
Yeah, just doing basics.
You think you could do 4 all characters in a day or 2?
I bet you I could.
Oh,
I would make I cut and paste same scars and stuff. Did a damage test. Did a beat up.
So that's kind of what we were talking about how they have to do the ports themselves, and especially because there's no arcade for this game. Normally they would just put it out for the arcade, and then they would have time to do the port to like Super Nintendo or Genesis or whatever, but because this is strictly no arcade, and it's coming out from multiple platforms on the same day, they have to be able to do those ports, and they probably just don't have time to do everything plus PC. Support says, I noticed Ed Boon, when talking about the creation of MK in the early 2000s, he never mentions John Tobias. Doesn't he? Oh yeah, he just says the amount of people, but he never really mentions Tobias by name. I feel like he does at live events though, when he's like on a panel or something like that. He does mention Tobias, and they have they've done stuff together. They've done stuff together recently as well, as far as like media goes. So I don't think there's any bad blood there. I think they're still friends.
I tried doing a beat up version of Sub-Zero, and we may.
We're testing adding damage to players' faces. You can see a sample of the wounding on Sub-Zero and another character.
Man, that looks like...
If you want to see it the bad way, spin it around.
Oh, is that... It's like a new texture map for Sub-Zero?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that looks awesome.
You know that some of those images actually look better at 128. Because when you have that much data to scramble...
Enter.
Hey. How's that coming?
Right now I can give you 3 levels, Chuck. Here's Sonya's clean face. And this is level 1, just a few bruises and cuts. 2, I imagine, is the level that you're going to see the most in the game. And then 3 should be like just insane, just over the top. Just
Looks good, though.
Yeah, that's a weird. No, I mean, I think it's cool enough that that it's worth the effort. You know.
Brutal.
Yeah.
You want lunch today?
That is a creepy look. The two ladies like that with the bloody faces. Ugh.
That it's worth the
Oh my gosh, nightmare fuel.
effort. You know.
Brutal.
Yeah.
You want lunch today?
I think I need to eat. Let's go get Tony or something like that. Good. Hoagie's good. We're doing Lee May's Fatality, and John needs the Maya model.
You know, if it can have the texture maps too, that'd be cool. Okay.
Oh. That's even the closest one right there.
Usable?
Yeah.
I'll give him to Dan when he comes in next.
Cool. Thanks.
So it has digits in it, but that's what I'm showing.
Right. Let's do it. Oh, there you go. Look at that.
And here's our.
I wonder how they're sharing data, because I don't think there's a cloud at this point, right? There's no cloud. Storage is incredibly inefficient. There's things like floppy disks still back then. I don't think external hard drives are a thing at this point. So how are they? Oh, man, the internet was in its infancy, so it's very unrefined. It's crazy how they did this. I still don't know.
Test your mic problems. Warm up animations.
Go on, Jax. You can do it, Jax. Ah!
Today's a motion review, and then at the end of it, I'll show you stuff for lighting review, etc. But at any point, feel free to throw any comments out there about anything. Just be aware that I might say, yeah, that hasn't been lit yet, or yeah, we know that. Because I just had my team meeting, and here's an entire list of notes that we had from today's review.
The camera motion on the very first shot, it just seems a little quick. There's no ramp up to it. It just kind of starts speed and it goes across. I know we need to kind of get there. So maybe we need to just kind of look at that shot against the previous shot and see if it works.
If there's some kind of problem with your work, everybody says there's a communication problem, what gives?
Dude, I don't even know you anymore.
You can go, just kick right away. Okay. Then, but you know, do the for a good hook. Carlos is the life of this game.
This is, now that I've got alternate Shang Tsung, I'm going in on the details and adding stuff like his back emblem right now. And so whatever detail you see, you know, in terms of folds and wrinkles and stuff, is all in the texture. It'll hide a lot. Let's open up his eyes a little bit, and that'll show you. Now, basically, you can get a lot out of a few polys if you just weigh your vertices right.
Okay, maybe you don't have to totally lunge out.
Gotcha!
I can't do this with these cameras here.
You can't kill me, I'm immortal!
For blind
Yo, this man's movements are next level. Check it out. We gotta see that again.
This with these cameras here.
You can't kill me, I'm immortal!
For Blind Kenshi's reaction.
It's just Kenshi now.
Okay, Kenshi. The loop does not match like where their starting heads are. Like, see his head right there? And then on the loop, look how far his head snaps back. I had to loop like the last bit of frames in order to make it look
So I guess we're going to have to figure out a way to go about connecting the...
Support says, I know it's due to limitations, but I always thought Shang Tsung should have had abilities to steal his opponent's moves and steal their specials. Similar to Shojinko in MK Deception. Oh, to steal their buttons as well as their specials. Since he couldn't change form. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, well, you're right. It was due to limitations why they had him turn into different characters to begin with. So maybe they always wanted to give him his own stuff. But that would be interesting to have him steal your buttons. I mean, essentially, he kind of can by turning into the character, but in the 3D games, I think he can't actually turn into the characters. He's a completely original character in these games where he doesn't steal anything, if I remember correctly.
Each of the coffins with the amount of money spent.
Right, we've got the database, which is going to tell us what's in each coffin, how much the coffins cost. Once the player opens a coffin, it has to be marked in the player profile table.
So how many coffins are there in this crypt?
It's a 26 by 26 array, so there's 676 coffins.
It's a lot of coffins.
It's acting. This is the life, man. This is the life.
So how's that motion work for you?
Things move so fast during one of our typical days that before you know it, the whole day's just flown by. Usually by then we're pretty exhausted, but we know the whole process starts all over again the next day.
See you tomorrow. It's 7 o'clock.
And that's it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I would love to see what a day looks like now. Like to do another Mortal Kombat Unseen, but for the next game, whatever comes after MK1. Just to see how different the process is. But yeah, that would be really cool. Okay, let me see now. I'm going to see if I can find... We need some gibberish here. What am I missing? Maybe deception? You said Onaga says something if you kick him too much? Support says, where is Johnny Cage in this behind the scenes? Mocap was seen the whole video. Yeah, that's a good question, actually. Man, how would I... It's so annoying. I can't, I need to buy, like, another GameCube or something, because a couple of my systems, I know I no longer have access to them. And though I have Deception, the game, I can't actually play it. Which kind of sucks. Oh my gosh. Oh, excuse me. Look up the video. What happens if you kick Onaga? That's what I'm trying to find, actually. But while looking for it, I did find this that I kind of want to go want to play. Check this out. Punching Shao Kahn.
Unky G's on that beat.
Shao Kahn looks small.
Complete
takes it. Okay, that's lame. Come on, Shao. Plot twist. That's the fake Shao Kahn. That Shao. Oh, that's a good point. That Quan Chi killed in Deadly Alliance. Yeah, because this Shao Kahn looks wimpy. Absolutely wimpy. Okay. Kicking Onaga. Let's see what happens if you keep kicking Onaga. Oh, shoot. There is a video to this. Okay. Let's check it out. All right, here we go.
Round 1. Fight! Monkey G's on the beat.
Is this for real? This seems fake to me. Like like I'm not saying it is fake. I'm just saying it just seems really strange. Oops. Kicking. That's funny. That is hilarious. Okay. So, excuse me. I'm yawning up a storm. I am tired. Okay. So there is. What other gibberish is there in the 3D games? I don't think I have Raiden's Superfly thing. And I know that's some gibberish to be had. Harakiri. Here we go. Gold. Shinnok gibberish, Armageddon, I want a pie. What? That's not real. Is that real? That is crazy. Here we go. Wait a second. So support saying Raiden MK1 is missing the flying torpedo move. Doesn't he have it? He has it. But it just has a different arc. Like, it's not straight. It's more of a... It's more of a, like, a curved attack. And he doesn't say this kind of gibberish. He goes, yee! But it's in there. He has it.
Raiden wins.
Support says, funny how they brought the MK2 sounds back in the other games, but MK4, Deadly Alliance, and Armageddon are new sounds. Are they? I feel like MK4, the sounds are very similar to, like, Trilogy and UMK3. Even the songs are some of the same songs, but you are right in the sense that they did add a bunch of new stuff in MK4. So yeah, I mean, it sounds about right, actually. Yeah, I would agree with your statement, Support.
Finish him. Raiden wins.
Here you go. Yee.
Finish him.
No! I do what I must for Earthrealm.
Fatality.
Okay, Raiden.
At Harbor Freight, we do business different.
All right, Harbor Freight. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm falling asleep, you guys. Oh man, I think so. We've been on for a little bit over an hour. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it for now. Tomorrow I'm probably going to work on a video, put that video out, so I would most likely be back streaming on Thursday or Friday, something like that. Support says, seeing Raiden and Shao being young will always be weird. Yeah, especially because he, like, both of them are such men of stature. Like, Raiden is supposed to be like 6'5" or something like that, just like a beast of a man. Like he's supposed to be huge, but yeah, seeing this short little average guy like be Raiden without his godhood, is weird. But I like the fact that they made a change to some of these characters. And I feel like we don't deserve it. I feel like NetherRealm should just give us the same stuff, the same story over and over again. Stop trying to be creative because no one appreciates it. But that's a video. That's a different video for a different time. But I'm going to go ahead and call it for now. But like I said, so no stream most likely tomorrow, but I will be back Thursday or Friday. And then maybe we can do something different then. Maybe we can do King of the Hill, or we can watch something again. Maybe we'll watch some endings from a different game like Deception or Armageddon, and go from there. So we'll play it by ear, but as always, time is our most valuable asset. So I want to thank you guys for spending some of your time with me here tonight. With that being said, take care of yourself, and as always, don't get beat up out there. Peace.
Unky G's on that beat.